10 Navy SEALs versus a small-town zombie outbreak. Who will survive? Picture 10 elite Navy SEALs. Now, imagine a small town with a population of 4,000. Every resident infected. No backup, no extraction, just ammunition, tactics, and precious time. Can the world's most lethal team endure a zombie onslaught? Let's dive deeper into this scenario. Welcome to Hidden Files, Combat Logic, where fantasy intertwines with reality, and every potential battle gets the tactical analysis it deserves. Today, we insert a SEAL fireteam into a dire situation. Will their elite skills, unity, and firepower triumph over legions of reanimated foes? Or will the undead inevitably devour even the most seasoned warriors? Setting: a fictional Midwestern small town, home to 4,000 residents. Picture suburbs, gas stations, hardware stores, two-story homes, a high school, and a police station. The infection features slow, shambling walkers, reminiscent of early episodes of The Walking Dead. One bite leads to infection. No running or climbing, just a relentless swarm. The SEALs comprise 10 active duty Tier 1 operatives. They recently finished a mission but found themselves stranded here after their helicopter crash. They're armed with M4 rifles, sidearms, and 3 grenades each. Night vision, communication devices, and combat knives. 24 hours of food supplies. No resupply, no medical evacuation, no air support. They're on their own. The town is eerily quiet. The SEALs advance with precision, stacking corners and clearing buildings. Initially, they suspect only panic in the air. Then, they hear the moans. Contact is made. The first horde emerges from an alley, 30 to 40 walkers. Controlled bursts follow. Headshots land. They fall back and regroup. The team adapts swiftly, they thrive in chaos. But then the harsh truth dawns: ammo is scarce. They take down 50 walkers without injuries. However, they've used 300 rounds. That accounts for 3% of the total supply. They anticipate what's next. They decide on the local police station as a fallback point: sturdy brick walls, few windows, and a weapons locker. They barricade doors, fortify exits, and create escape routes to nearby rooftops. Each SEAL has a role: sniper watch, resupply missions, generator upkeep, and watch rotations. They resort to using fire axes, blunt tools, anything to save ammunition. Day 1, 200 kills. No SEAL casualties. Yet, fatigue begins to creep in. Day 3 arrives with rain and reduced visibility. A lapse in perimeter coverage occurs. One SEAL, weary and distracted, neglects to check a corner. He gets bitten. They perform an amputation. It buys him some time. But morale takes a hit. Kills come more slowly. The walkers are changing, not smarter, just gathering in clusters. They're drawn to sounds, movements, and smells. As night falls, exhaustion weighs heavily on the team. One individual breaks protocol, opening a door to retrieve gear. A breach occurs. Inside, they clear the area, but 2 men sustain injuries. Scratches and one has a deep laceration. By day 6, only 7 SEALs remain. They've eliminated over 1,000 walkers. Yet, injuries accumulate. Food supplies dwindle. Ammo is reduced to sidearms and knives. They relocate to the high school, a larger area with elevated vantage points, and the gymnasium for fallback. However, clearing each building draws in more walkers. A desperate scheme emerges: lure the horde to the football field and use remaining grenades. This plan works, but they lose another SEAL in the explosion. Day 9 finds them with 5 SEALs. 3 are injured, and 1 is infected. They set traps, utilize fire and smoke, and create distractions. They fight like cornered animals. The team leader decides a final extraction attempt is necessary. They sprint to the radio tower in hopes of one last signal. They reach it. The call goes out, but there's silence. They hunker down in the tower. It holds for just one more day. Then it begins to sway. They're out of ammunition. They fall silent. Could 10 Navy SEALs endure a zombie invasion in a small town? For days, yes. Perhaps even a week. They could rack up 1,500 to 2,000 confirmed kills. But without resupply, medicine, or reinforcements, the odds favor the numbers. They ultimately don't survive. Not due to fear. Not from weakness. But because eventually, even the most skilled run out of time. Subscribe to Hidden Files, Combat Logic for more real-life analyses of unimaginable survival situations. And tell us, next time, should we drop in a tank crew or a samurai clan?